Hi everyone, welcome back to another class of pronunciation in use level intermediate unit 19, talking about shirt and short, the vowel sounds and or. So basically what we're learning in this lesson, what happened? I don't know what happened. Okay, basically what we are learning in this lesson are two vowel sounds. So one of them is this. This is one of the sounds that we're learning. This sound. And we have this sign here that, like this here. And we are also learning the O sound, the O when you're round, when your lips are very rounded. So they're like this. This is the first sound that we're learning. We are also learning this one, which is a little different, of course. I mean, it's totally different. So if I want to give you examples for them, I can give you examples like this. Shirt. But here I have to say short. So here you see that this is the A sound. Yeah, I mean your mouth is quite relaxed when you are saying that. Say shirt. But this one is the O sound. So this one is pronounced short. My lips are rounded when I'm saying them. Shirt. On the left, shirt. On the right, short. And you can look at other examples too. Here you have burn and you have for. So I can also add them here. Burn and for. So you see, even this U here can have the A sound. Burn. Shirt. Here we have the O sound, short and for. Short, for. Now we're going to look at the mouth diagram, how to exactly pronounce them. But I think you have no problem with these two sounds. The reason is they are quite distinct and you can easily produce them. So just try to repeat after me. Shirt. Burn. Short. For. All right. So now here it says in many accents in English the letter R is not pronounced after vowel. This is especially in British. In other places the R is pronounced. For example, in North America. But in both cases the letter R changes the vowel sound before it if the vowel letter is E, I, O, or U. Often get the sounds in short or short. So this is talking about the R combination with the vowels, which we will talk about and see more examples. So when you want to pronounce this sound, let me show you. This sound. When you want to pronounce this sound, you are supposed to do that like, this doesn't look good. I'll have to redraw it, so it's okay. When you are pronouncing this sound, your lips and your mouth are relaxed. Okay, so here we say like shirt. Your lips and tongues and jaw are all relaxed, and you open your mouth and you say like shirt. It's exactly like schwa, but it's a little longer. It's just a little longer than schwa. Hi Angel, welcome. It's just a little longer than schwa. So you say schwa is like this is like shirt. Now I'll play the CD for you so you can understand what I'm saying better. This is 90.
A90A. A90B.
Short, shirt, shut. Where, were, we're. Born, burn, bone. Hard, heard, head.
So here you see the difference. Short, shirt, and shot. Where, were, we're. Like we're. Born, burn, born. Now you might ask me, teacher, what is the difference between this and this? Well, you can check the dictionary, actually. So here, if I type for you where with WH, you can see how it can be different. So it's more like the A sound, like where. But where can be a little shorter, especially in positive sentences. So it's not working now, but anyway. Where, were, we're. Born, burn, bone. Heart, heard, head. Now there's a little tongue twister here, I think, but let's first go through some more examples here. Listen and repeat them too.
A90C. Were, word, worst. Burn, bird, birth. Her, heard, hurt.
So as you remember, at the beginning of the lesson it said usually we have R in these vowels. There is one R after that. So in all of these sentences, all of them actually, you can see that we have the re or the R sound. So word, where, word, bird, birth, hurt, heard, her, burn, worst. So that's why we were talking about this R sound. We were talking about this R sound because it exactly helps us get this sound, like Hi everybody, welcome to the live. So now there's a tongue twister here. It says the girl, it's here. I don't know if you can see that. It's here. Maybe. Yes. Listen.
The girl heard the nurse work.
So here you have all of those sounds. The girl heard the nurse work. So remember, some people say, teacher, it is O. It's not always O. Let me write another word here so you feel it better. This word. Teacher, is it work? No. So what is it? It is exactly like shirt, shirt, burn, work. So remember, it's not like short and for. It is not work, it is work. Shirt, burn, work. It's that sound. So this is one of the common ones that a lot of people mispronounce probably. So the girl heard the nurse work. Now let's go to the next one. This is the O sound. Like the O sound, the one on the right. This one. This one is not hard really. You just have to make your lips rounded like you see in the picture. These are your lips that are rounded, and you make the O sound like short. Listen.
A90A, A84A, A91A,
or, or, or,
A91B,
shot, short, shirt, work, walk, woke, far, for, fair, boil, ball, bowl.
Yes, just I have to tell you that two of them are British speakers. In American, we don't do that. Anyway, short, short, shirt, far, for, fair. But these two, in American, we don't say the O sound. So in American, they are walk and ball. But in British, yes, you can say walk and bowl, something like that. It's okay. In British, it happens. But in American, they're not really that O sound is not really here. Now let's take a look at some more example. Some of them are British, so I will highlight them to warn you that it's because of the fact that they're British. But the rest, no. In American, we also say "oh, war." So listen.
A91C,
bore, bored, bought, call, cause, caught.
Also, this in American we say call. Anyway, I will go the British way. Bore, board. This one I say bought, call, cause. Also this one, caught, wore, wall, and walk. Anyway, so this is so British. That's why we have a lot of O sound. Call, calls, coat. I don't know, walk, something like this. It's okay. Now it says listen to these words in North American accent. So let's listen to them. 92.
A92,
Shirt, were, heard, worst, birth, hurt, born, short, door, for, war, more.
ball, caught, law, talk, bought.
So as I told you, although in British it might sound like ball, like the O, in American it's the A sound. Ball, caught, bought, talk. Now you might hear talk in British, but in American it's talk, as it's also mentioned here. So let's go to the spelling rules. Here it says for this sound, the A sound, like shirt, and for this sound, the O sound, like short. IR can have the A sound, for example, girl, ER can have the A sound. Her. UR is another one. OR also like work. And EAR like heard. Alright? Now let's go to the O sound. OR is a common spelling form like form. A can also be the O sound, especially in British, like call. However, in American it's call. AL like walk, war, taught, cause, so. I don't know really how to pronounce that. But anyway, because some of the British, I can't really make the perfect British sound here. But they pronounce it like O. So they don't say call, they say call. Like short, call. Like this. But it's not very important. Let's go to the next part. Here you should tell me which of these sounds should I write. So I have two options. The first option is this sound. The second option is this sound. So I have to choose which one. So let me call them number 1 and number 2 so you can easily tell me. Which one should I write? Example, 3RD. This is written third and the pronunciation is third. So I have to write a third, right? So third. What about number 1? Is it number, what should I write? Number 1 or number 2? Let me change them to A and B. I think it's better because we have numbers here too. So this is A if you want to answer in the chat, and this is B. So in the chat you can type A or B to answer this question. Wahid says B. Exactly. Good, Wahid. Because this word is written in this format. 1. Let me write it. 1/4. So exactly, this is the second sound. Fourth. It's B. A is so here I should write the O sound. Fourth. This sound here. What about number 2? 30. 1/4. Yes. Good Allah. B. Yes. Let's go to number 2. Good Lala. 1/4. Good Rahima. Number 1 is O. Oh, it's not clear for you? Number 2. Wahid says A. Elahe A. Nahid A. Angel A. Lale A. Farah A. So 30. Exactly, you're right. Oops. 30. It's the A sound. 30. So this one is A. Number 3. Number 3 is, what is it? This word. Good Allah. Number 3 is B because it's the O sound. Fourth. Fourth. So let me type it as well. Fourth. Let's go to number 4. What about that? Yes, number 3 is B. Lale, Angel, Wahid, Nahid. Good. Number 4 is first, and number 5 is 14. What do you think? Let me write down. No. Yes. 4 and sorry. Oh my god. It seems that I'm a little tired. So yes, number 4 is A because you say first. And number 5 is 14. So 14. Yeah, if you're just joining us in this lesson, we are working on E and O, like shirt and short. And at the beginning of the lesson, I explained to you, not all the O's that you see are not O. For example, here you see O, but it is not O. It is A. Work. Work. So be careful with that. We're working on these two sounds. Yeah, 5 is B because we say 4 or 14. So 14, it's B. Alright, good. That's nice. Let's go to the second exercise. You can move horizontally and vertically. One example is bird. Bird. This is a vertical move that I am making, and this word is bird. So I write bird here on the left because it's the E sound. Bird. Now sometimes you get the O sound, so you should write it on the right. And here it says every letter is used once, so I can color them for easier understanding. This is the E sound. Exactly, now it like word. Exactly. So yes, exactly. So if I write word here, again you see word, but it's not O. Or for example, world. You have to be careful because all of them are a sound, like shirt, burn, work, word, world. All of them are a sound. So be careful. Anyway, so you can write your words here. You can type them. I will find them. And you should tell me, is it yellow or is it blue, for example. Bird is yellow, so you can type bird and then you should type yellow, and then you can find other words. Each letter is used only once. As you are searching, let me see if Angel has found anything. World. Angel said world. So Wahid says course. Exactly, course. So what color is it, Wahid? Please write the color too, so I know how to color it. Course blue, good lale. Course blue. So course is O sound. I have to color it differently. I'm not sure. Yes. Let's see some other words. More. Yes, good lale. More is also blue. So I can color it blue. More. What else? Rahima says turn. Yes, turn. What color is it, Rahima? Turn. Turn. Angel says blue. Swore. What? Farah says SW. War blue. Wahid says. Nahid says blue. Do we have the word blue, or do you mean the color blue? More blue. Yes, more blue. What else? Word yellow. Where is word? Ah, yes. Word is no. Yes, word is yellow because it's word. And also turn. Yes, turn is yellow. Turn. Let me check word. You can check word and world. If you look at the dictionary, I think it can help you. Yes, you see? So we don't say word, we say word. Shirt, word, world. Yes, so dictionary can help you. So anyway, word is yellow. Sort blue. Where is sort? I'm sorry, I don't see all the comments, I guess, but I try to take them. Yes, sort is blue exactly. Sort. What else? Yellow. Turn yellow. Okay. Girl yellow. Where is girl? Girl. Yes. Girl yellow. Girl. Yeah, it's a sound. Girl. It's yellow. Yes. Blue, I wrote it. More, I wrote it. Sort, I wrote. War, yes. War is blue. War. There's a war going on. War. You can also check it here. If you type war for you, you can see that war is O. War. Ball. You know, ball in American it is not blue because it is A. But yes, in British you can say that it is blue. So because it is just in British true, I write it, I make it different. Okay? Because just in British it is true. In American we don't say ball. Okay? So I will make this a little different just because it's in British, not American. Ball. What else? So blue. Yes, again in British you can say that. Again it's just British. So I will make it look different. Because in American you don't really say so. You say saw. I saw him yesterday. I saw my friend yesterday. Heard, yellow. That's good. It's always true. Heard is always yellow because it's a sound. Heard. So be careful. I hear every day, but I heard yesterday. This is a common mistake. It can help you with your pronunciation. Heard. Low, yes. So we talked about it. Low. Now, of course, it's not low, but if you check it here, law, law. Of course, it's not a, so you can see. Again, it's just in British. In British, you say like low, like something like that, like low. In American, though, we don't say that. In American, it's law, law. So I will make it in a special format so it shows that it's just in British that you get that blue sound, not in American. You don't have that blue sound. I think we did all of it. Is there anything left? All, again, I think all in British you can say, not in American. So if I check all for you, you can see in American it's not blue, it's a sound. Ball, all. But yes, in British you say all, like all. It's okay. We can do that in British. Hair yellow, good lale. Hair yellow. Yellow is true, both American and British, because yellow is yellow. Both of them have it. Her. Ooh, so we're done with this. That was a long exercise. I mean, it would take much less time, but because you answered all of them, it took time. It's okay. We got to know some differences between American and British, so that was good. Like bowl in British, but ball in American, and some other words. You can see that. Okay, so the next part, you should listen and tell me, is it American, A, or is it British, B? So you are going to listen to number 1 and tell me, is it American or is it British accent? Let's see if you can recognize that. Let's start. 93.
A93. Example.
The girl's first birthday.
1.
So this was American, says the girl's first birthday, because in British you don't say girl, you say girl. Like the R sound is not there. So this was American.
The girl's first birthday.
1.
It's hard work, of course. It's hard work, of course.
So what do you think about number 1? Is it A, American, or B, British?
Day.
1.
It's hard work, of course.
You want to listen again?
1.
It's hard work, of course.
Here you see the rest sounds. It's a hard. So it's American. So it's hard work, of course. Good, Lale.
2.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
2.
Are you sure?
2.
Are you sure?
What do you think about number 2? You want to listen again?
2.
Are you sure?
Yes, good night. It's British. It doesn't say sure. It says, are you sure? Like something like this. There's no R. Are you sure?
2,
Are you sure?
3,
Yes, good angel. Lale, Farah, B, yes. Let's go to number 3.
Law and order. Law and order.
3,
Law and order.
So, what do you think?
3,
Law and order.
Yeah, it's British. Because it says law and order. Order. There is no res sound, so I'm just assuming it's British. I mean, that's what I hear.
3,
Law and order.
4,
I walk to work. I walk to work.
4,
I walk to work.
Yes, this one is American because he's saying I walk. He's not saying walk. He's saying walk. I walk to work. You hear the sound. I walk to work.
4,
I walk to work.
5,
I saw the bird fall. I saw the bird fall.
Yes, this is also American because you're saying saw, not saw. I saw the bird fall, not fall. So it's American, yes. Let's go to some more tests about British and American. Number 6.
6,
He was born on Thursday the 31st.
6,
He was born on Thursday the 31st.
So what do you think?
6,
He was born on Thursday the 31st.
Yes, 5 was American. What about 6? He was born on Thursday the 31st. Do you hear any R sound?
6,
He was born on Thursday the 31st.
31st. So this should be British because you don't hear the re sound at all. Yes, it's British. Good. Number 7.
7,
She taught German. She taught German.
7,
She taught German.
B, yes. Now it says, does it make any difference if we choose to use both accents in our speaking test? No, I think it doesn't really matter, but what's best is to use one of them. But as long as you're clear, I think it's fine, like no problem. But it's better to use one of them as much as you can. So exactly, number 7 was American because she's saying she taught, like aw sound, it's American. In British, probably it would sound something like she told, like oh, told. Let's go to number 8.
8,
I learned to surf in Brazil. I learned to surf in Brazil.
8,
I learned to surf in Brazil.
So what do you think? B or A. Yes, that was British, especially the way he said learned without the re sound. Listen again.
I learned to surf in Brazil.
I learned to surf, like something like that. I don't know, I don't pronounce it well. But it wasn't I learned to surf, of course.
9,
Court and court sound the same in my accent. Brazil.
9,
Court and court sound the same in my accent.
So, yeah. I mean, even from the sentence, you can understand that it's not American, because in American they don't sound the same. This is caught, and this is court. In British, maybe they sound the same. Coat and coat are the same in British, probably, but in American they're totally different. Totally, like caught and court. Especially because you have the A sound and the O sound, and you have the re sound, totally different. So this has to be British, no doubt.
9,
Court and court sound the same in my accent.
Exactly, good. So let's move on to the last part of this lesson. Finally, we came to the end of this. You're going to listen and choose A or B. To make it easier, you don't have to write the full word. You just can type A or you can type B. What do you hear? For or far? 9 to 4.
A93, A94. 1,
For or far.
It isn't far.
2,
It isn't far.
Yes, number 1 is B. It isn't far. Good, Farah.
2,
Worst or west.
It's on the worst coast. It's on the worst coast.
West.
It's on the worst coast.
Yeah, to me it sounds more like west. No, hit good for Farah. Good, west. It's on the west coast.
3,
Walk or woke.
I walk the dog. I walk the dog.
Walk or woke.
I walk the dog.
This one is a little hard. What do you think? Now it says worst. So here we have two choices. Somebody says worst, somebody says west. So we're gonna check that. Woke the dog. People are saying B. Okay, so I'll choose B. Woke the dog. But remember, in British it can also be this one. I woke the dog. That's the problem with British.
4,
Shut or shirt.
The butcher's shut.
5,
Shut.
5,
Pour. Shut or shirt.
The butcher's shut.
This one is easy. The butcher's shut. So it has to be A, right? Because it says shut. Closed. Shut means closed. Like the school is shut. The restaurants are shut. The restaurants were shut because of the pandemic. So yeah, shut.
5,
Port or pot.
There's coffee in the pot.
Port or pot.
There's coffee in the pot.
6,
Or pot.
There's coffee in the pot.
Yes, 5 is 2 in the pot. There's coffee in the pot.
6,
Bird or beard.
He has a black beard.
7,
or beard.
He has a black beard.
Bird or beard.
He has a black beard.
So the first one is bird, the second one is beard. Bird is like flying, beard, men have beard. They have a beard. So he has a black bird or he has a black beard. Beard, yes.
7.
Her or hair.
Is that her?
Her or hair.
Is that her?
Her or hair.
Is that her?
They are very similar, but anyway, the first one is her, the next one is hair, and there's the second one is more like hair. The first one is her, like work. Listen.
Her or hair.
Is that her?
Oh no, it says hair. I think maybe hair, because hair is not grammatically correct. You can't say is that hair. You can say is that hers, but not her. But anyway, let's go to number 8.
8.
Worked or walked.
We walked all day.
7.
Her or hair.
Is that her?
8.
Worked or walked.
We walked all day.
Alright, so Angel says walked. Oh my god, if it wasn't British, it would be so easy to distinguish between work and walk. But because it's British, it's hard. So anyway, let's check our answers, because these ones I highly doubt. I need to check them. So, what is it? 19.4. 19.4. Let's check our answer. We're gonna go back. These are the answers in the book. So far, we were right, it's far. Worst, it's worst, not west. We can listen again.
It isn't far.
Or west.
It's on the worst coast.
Worst coast. So because the R is not pronounced, it makes it hard, but yes, it's worst.
3.
Walk or woke.
So anyway, 3 is walk. Oh, we made a mistake. Number 3 is walk. Listen.
I walk the dog.
I walked the dog. So in British they can say walk exactly the same. So they don't have to say walk, they can say walk, and it sounds the same. Anyway, number 4 was shot, we got it right. Number 5 was pot, we got it right. Number 6 was beard, we got it right. Number 7 was her, we got it right. Number 8 was walked, we got it right. Just number 8, I don't know. It's not. Number 7, the grammar is not okay. Is that hair? Is that hair is not complete. Is that her book? Is that her father? Is that her pencil? So it's not complete, but anyway, maybe they wanted to trick us. They wanted us to focus on pronunciation.
Woke.
7.
Her or hair.
Is that her?
Her. So yeah, it should be her then. So we made a mistake on walk. because we thought of the American walk, but it was the British walk, which was woke. That made the difference. But anyway, we got it right. We got most of them right. So I'm glad that we did this lesson together. It was amazing. I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. If there's any questions or comments, you can put it in the comment section below. And I'm going to stop recording here and put it on my Telegram channel.